What's up? It's Hallie. Welcome back to Lisa the Joyful. When we last left off, we were killing those shadow figures, and we're going to continue to do so. I had to turn down the sound in my ears. There we go. And we should probably start the battle music. Get that going. We're going to be like... hit the button. Is that the right button? Did I change the button? I must have changed the button. Dang it, I forgot how I did this. How do I make the songs just go on their own? Oh, it's because I wasn't hitting the control button. I thought I was hitting the control button, but what I was actually hitting was like the right arrow key. It's fine. Alright. And if Buddy feels like running anytime soon, that would be great. Alright. How do I use that thing? Yeah, it just kind of goes when it feels like it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. Oh yeah, when we last left off, we were beating shadow figures, and we will continue to do so. Last stream, we beat 141 of them. Good grief. And we're still not strong enough, so we get to keep going. It's probably just going to be a whole lot of this today. It's just beating up these guys a lot. I don't know that one or two more levels will be enough to get us through these warlords, unfortunately. But, you know, that's what we're in for. We decided we wanted to kill everything in the game. Well, I decided that. You're just along for the ride, I guess. That's what we gotta do. I get the impression we're probably going to kill more shadowy figures than everyone else in the entire game, basically. Like, I think the number of dead shadowy figures are going to outnumber literally everyone else we've killed before. Probably. Just based on how things are currently going. It's a bit of a mess. And I did a really bad job stabbing this guy. And here I am, with a pitifully few updates to bring you too. It's just been another busy week. Next week's gonna be busy too. Oh goodness. I'm going on a little vacation with my mom. I had donated one of my cars that was beyond repair at the point where I did so a while back. I donated it to Cars for Kids, and they gave me like a vacation package as compensation. And their contribution to the whole thing is, well, they booked my hotel and paid for the nights, and everything else is on me, basically. So this is ultimately just going to cost me even more money. It's whatever. I chose to go to Hershey in PA because it's near where I live, near enough that I can like drive there without it being a huge thing. And I'm bringing my mom because going on a vacation by myself would be utterly depressing. Yep. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly we'll be doing there. I wanted to go to Hershey Park, but I had chosen to schedule the thing in the middle of the week. It's like Tuesday through Thursday, because I figured that would be easier for booking and stuff. But Hershey Park is not open during weekdays, so that was off the table, like, completely. Just no hope for that one. But it's not like there aren't plenty of other things to do there. I just need to figure out what events we want to fill our days with. Should be a good time, I think. It's just planning it. It's a bit more of a burden than I thought it would be. I haven't really truly planned it yet either. Like, I looked at some of the attractions and got some vague ideas about when they would be good to slot into the thing, but I don't know how many of those need to be, like, scheduled in advance, or, like, necessarily where they are, or what times are best to go to them. I don't know. Just all the details. I don't have any of them. I'm completely unprepared, and I'm feeling so overwhelmed lately. Just too much stuff going on. Vacation is about one thing. I already talked about how my duties at work have become more numerous and or involved. Hey, a song from this game. Wow. It's just a bit much, all of it, really. But I'll get through it, one way or another. Please sprint, buddy. There we go. Yeah, apart from vacation plans, which I'll be thankful when they're over with, even if they will be fun. I've still been, like, going pretty hard on the Pokemon card collecting. I was supposed to get a big bunch of cards today, but when the mailman drops them off in the parcel locker, they didn't give me the key! My mailbox, just there was some, like, political advertisements inside and nothing else. So I sent an email to USPS, and I don't expect to hear back from them today or ever, really, but I don't know. My fear is that they did leave the key just in somebody else's mailbox, and that means someone else has access to my packages, but there's no way of really knowing that. Best case scenario, they just forgot to leave it in there, and they'll, like, drop it off on Monday or something, but man, that's annoying. So annoying. There's, like, 4 packages in there. Not very big packages, or they wouldn't have fit in the parcel locker, but still. Jeez. Last thing I need is USPS messing things up when I've got all this crap coming. You'd say it's like an inevitability. The more times you do a thing, the more likely it is to go wrong. And this is just one way it can go wrong. But at the same time, it's like, really? It's your job to put things in boxes, and you still mess it up? But yeah, despite all the crazy amount of card collecting I've done, it's still not really hitting my bank account that hard. Like, goodness, earlier today I paid my one credit card bill. See, I've got 2 credit cards going, and I used to just use whichever one was convenient, favoring the one because it had like 2% cash back on all sales, no matter what they were. But recently I decided to diversify the two, where I use one for transactions that do not generate receipts, like online stuff, and I use the other one for things that do. But before I had made that decision was when I bought my humongous Pokemon merchandise order that cost me over like $900, and the person hasn't even shipped yet because they're extremely irresponsible. But anyway, that whole thing, I paid that, and my credit card bill was like just shy of $1,500 because of that thing being on it, and I still have like over $12,000 because I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if like I've really successfully lowered my personal expenses to the point where they just aren't hitting me as hard as they used to. I mean, no, they're not hitting me as hard. I just figured they would still be hitting harder than this. It's just a big mess. It's whatever. Doesn't really matter either way. I'm just like, I can't shake the feeling I'm overspending when I shouldn't be, but I have such a vast body of wealth. It's like, well, vast by my standards, by my rooted in the middle class standards. I live comfortably, but not too comfortably. What can I say? But yeah, I've been getting really tired of like keeping up with things on eBay too. It's like there are always new things, but there are always also a lot of old things that people are just not buying. Like I've been over the Pokemon boosters newly listed or ending soon list many times at this point. And I swear some of these things are just never going to move. It also kind of puts things in perspective though, because like you'll see a lot of like vintage stuff in there for really high prices, and you're like, wow, that was worth a lot. But then when you see them there again and again and again, you realize, well, you know, just because someone thinks they're worth that much doesn't mean people are willing to pay for them. And sometimes, whenever I see a really high price, I'll just check to see, and it's often 0 bids, you know, with like 12 hours left, and it's like, well, you know, maybe not every collector's item is gonna take you to the moon. But Yeah, I've been getting real tired of browsing them. I would drop it completely, and probably will sometime soon. I'm reaching the point where, like, I have so much of all the modern sets that I can't even, like, find deals I would pay for anymore. Because the price I would be willing to pay for them is just too low that it would never go there. That will especially be true once I get that motherload I mentioned earlier. Still just waiting for the guy. I mean, I already went over the whole fiasco with how that was before, like, how they'd lost access to their account, and I lost access to my messages to talk to them on their other store on another site, and like, all those things are resolved. All that stuff is good to go. I just was in personal text communication with the seller, and last thing I told them was, please collect your payment and ship the thing, and I haven't heard from them in like over a week. So I assume they're just like, they probably have a bunch of other stuff going on, is my generous assumption of their behavior. They say they don't check their text all that often, and I guess they must not, because good grief. Would it kill them to just take a second to look? I know it's real easy to dismiss texts these days because 99.9% of them are political at this point. Well, whatever. If he doesn't send it, eventually I'll just initiate a refund through eBay and all will be well. It doesn't really matter either way. But anyway, the point is, the amount I'd be willing to pay for Pokemon cards, as it currently stands, is simply too low for the vast majority of auctions, and the ones that do stray within range usually jump right back out of range as soon as someone willing to bid higher than me appears. So it's kind of an exercise in futility to continue seeking through them. But the thing is, there's still something I've been trying to find that is not available for sale anywhere I'm aware of currently, so I'm trying to keep tabs on that to pick one up as soon as it does. It's those the XY trainer kits that are, for whatever reason, not being sold by anyone anywhere. It's Sylveon versus Noivern, and the other one is Wigglytuff versus Bisharp. Those two kits. Once I find them, I will stop watching like a hawk. But in the meantime, gotta keep looking. But yeah, I can probably drop the rest of it just fine. Of course, there are still cards I'm missing from, like, the way older sets. Like, it's Gens 8 and 9 that I've thoroughly exhausted. And the cards from 7 and older tend to go for higher prices than I'm willing to pay in most circumstances. And I'm still missing a lot from them. But I found this one seller recently who was selling custom packs of sorts, I guess you'd call it, where they were specifically from those older generations. Their setup was like, you bought it, and it was 80 cards. 10 of them were rare. I want to say 30 were uncommon and 40 were common, with few to no duplicates. And specifically they were segregated by generation. So there were some from Gen 7, some from Gen 6, some from Gen 5, and I was like, this is perfect. These are the holes I need to fill most. So, and they were really reasonably priced too. They were like between $12 and $15 each, I want to say. So I snapped up a bunch of those, and might snap up more still. But like, they didn't have a whole lot of like the oldest ones. Like, there were only 3 left of the Gen 5 ones, and I grabbed all of those. And last time I checked, they had only 1 for Gen 4, and I grabbed that too. They've also got, like, a card lot coming up tomorrow that's, like, it's like 650 cards from Gens 3 and 4, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get that too. I don't really need the Gen 3 ones, and from the description, these cards are not in pristine condition, but that's fine. I don't really mind that. So I'm going to try to grab that, and I think that'll about do it for, like, Gen 4 collecting as far as I can do. Like, I might be able to find something if I looked hard enough, but there's basically like two methods to collecting, as far as I'm concerned. I call them the shotgun method and the sniper method. The shotgun method is booster packs and bulk, and I enjoy the shotgun method because it's kind of fun. It's a little bit of a gambling addiction element to it, I guess, but I do enjoy it. And the sniper method, a little more obvious. You pick off individual cards from wherever you search them up, and that's a more, I don't want to say efficient. More effective. So the sniper method is more effective for getting cards you need, while the shotgun method's more... is efficient a good word for that? You buy a whole lot of cards and you got a whole lot of extras, but you still also got a whole lot of cards in one go. I don't know. I've been using the shotgun method, like, exclusively for a month, basically, and I feel like it's at its limits, just about. Like, gosh, even this seller I was just talking about with these 80 card lots from those older generations, I kind of have to avoid the Gen 7 ones because in another bulk lot I'd bought earlier, I got like a huge stack of Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is not a very big set. It's kind of when Nintendo started this trend of, here, we'll have a set, and half of the set will be shiny Pokemon that are rare, and the other half will be just regular garbage. And, well, obviously, in this bulk lot, I didn't get a whole lot of shiny Pokemon, I got a whole lot of the regular garbage cards. And there were so many of them that, like, that they have surpassed the theoretical ownership limit of me for them. Because, like, you can only use 4 copies of any card in a deck, and there were more cards in that stack than the set number times 4. So, yeah. But anyway, if I buy Gen 7 bulk from that person, I run the risk of getting even more Hidden Fates, which is something I would like to avoid. I'll have to see how I feel about it, though. Because even that isn't necessarily a big deal, because anything I don't need can always just be flipped. Which is the solace I'm taking in all this currently. Every time I feel like I'm spending too much, I remind myself, hey, you've got a fat stack of cash and you still haven't really dented it. And even if you don't need some of this stuff, you can resell it. No big deal. Anyway, yeah. With the modern sets being so thoroughly exhausted by the shotgun method, and older cards being generally hard to come by at decent prices, it's looking like I'll not be doing that for too much longer. Or just won't be worth it. Which is just as well, because I feel like I've also kind of been hitting my own personal limit for this. 'Cause, like, I haven't really been dealing with the packaging all this time. There's like this one corner of my apartment that's just been accruing boxes and packing material steadily. It has grown to the point where I can't really walk around the corner of my dining room table. There are just so many boxes. And there's at least one spooky spider hiding in the wreckage. So, yeah, it's kind of a mess. I really need to stop, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I've also been enjoying the cards as I go along. The way I'm pacing this out, and partially justifying all my ridiculous spending myself, is that I'm only integrating into the collection 10 cards per day. Like, whenever it gets to the end of the day, I'll just open one pack, or take 10 loose cards and I'll process them in. And I have so many cards in there that that process will take, like, a couple years at least. Good job, me. At least I'll never be bored, I guess. And hey, if the world ends and the power goes out, I'll have some fun stuff to look at while there's still daylight. Don't think that scenario is too likely, but I'm just saying. So talked about the vacation coming up. I talked about the playing cars. What else happening? Oh god. Well, just the other day, I had to go get some repairs done on my car. I was leaving work, and as I was walking out with my car, I saw that my muffler was dangling, and there was no way to get it up there. And by the time I got it home, it was dangling even worse, and I even heard it hit the road a couple times as I was driving home. And I was like, alright, well this cannot stand. I need to do something about it right away. That was Thursday, and on Friday morning, I was searching around for like a car place that was close by. The closest one to me is a Firestone, and thank goodness they were able to do auto body work. I wasn't sure if they were like exclusively tires or something like some places are, but no, they do it all. And they said, the website said they open at 7, but I called ahead to make sure, and the guy, sounding very tired on the phone, informed me that they would not have a technician in until 9. So I was like, alright, that's fine, I'll be there at 9. And I just very carefully drove my car to the place so I wouldn't have to get it towed. And, well, whenever they checked it out, they said there was nothing wrong with the muffler specifically, but they weren't able to reconnect it, because apparently whoever put it on the car in the first place just had it welded there instead. It was supposed to have like phalanges that connect it to the bottom of the car, and they just straight up weren't there. So even though the muffler was fine, apart from lacking phalanges. Here we go, buddy, look at us. We gotta level up. We can try the Warlords again, but I'm sure they're just gonna wreck us. Let me just put your status on here. Alright, we've seen your experience level, now we know. Oh, the controller decided to die. Anyway, so get up there. Oh, not that one. The rope. Stupid. So they were like, well, you've got 2 options. We need to replace the muffler. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can order a new one from the people who supply such things. I don't know why I'm going this door. I need to go rest at the campsite. I need to get this wary off of me. Then again, Big Lincoln's just gonna put it right back on me, so who cares? Lag. Anyway, you can get a new one from the dealer, or you can get an old one from the junkyard. The old one from the junkyard is $500. The new one from the dealer is $1,500. Your car is from 2010. Which would you like to do? And I was like, you know what? Well, how about we just go with the $500 option? Thank you very much. And they also pointed out some other stuff that needed some attention. Like, apparently, I think it was called the... Oh, what was it? I forget what the term for the thing was, but there's something on the bottom of my car that has a hole in it that would cause it to fail inspection if I took it there with that. So, that gets to be dealt with at another time. When they showed it to me on the bill, it was also $1,500, and they said it would take 8.5 hours of labor to get done. I was like, you know what, let's just stick with what's strictly necessary for today. Thanks. My inspection's not due till January, so it's not like it's that far away. And I don't exactly know what the thing does. I forget what it was called. Ugh. Well, whatever. So I want to try. I know we're definitely going to lose because we don't have the health for this, but I want to see how long it takes them to start attacking me with the Warlord combo when Dice Mahone is, or when we're focusing on Dice Mahone. Okay, he just silenced me right off the bat. Thanks, guy. You guys really just not gonna hit me while I'm wolf-stancing here. I was hoping for more... Oh no, there we go. That guy stepped up to the plate. That's better. Alright, so let's pacify real quick. Ooh. Do that. And I'm gonna... Second wind. Oh, there you go. And I'm going... I can't mend while silenced either? Good grief, you guys suck. Alright, let me just... Yeah, whatever. Gotta wait out this silence anyway. Big Lincoln lowers my defense even further. I've been blinded. Not that that really matters for Buddy. I'm not sure she can miss. I mean, with Joker strikes she can miss, but it's like, whatever. Still silenced. Thanks for nothing, guys. Guess I'll just wolf stance. Might as well get extra TP. Sheesh, guys. Okay, so, like... Grave, how are they? You're unruly. And so are you. 2 people. Only 2 people are unruly, so I'm comfortable using Pacify. My silence has worn off. Okay. Let's take this opportunity to heal. And we'll attack Dice Mahone for Sting next turn. Right. We can just go ahead and behead that guy, so let's try. Oh, come on, man. You gotta play me like this. Man, they sure can do a lot when your defense is down. Oh boy. I guess I can, like, do that. I still have second wind up, so it's not like I'm at risk of dying if they hit me. Marty Hernandez is thinking. Second wind. Okay. It's super annoying that even Mend is stopped by silence. Oh. I attacked them exactly once. And they're already doing the Warlord combo? That's not very promising. Huh. So maybe it's not damage-based. Because we barely did any damage to Dice at all. Very weird. Oh well. Guess we'll just need to make sure we're more aggressive when we go for real. In the meantime, I'm gonna kill more of these guys. So anyway, yeah, car troubles. Big expenses on the horizon. Given my reckless Pokemon card spending, I'm not exactly afraid of what's going to happen with this car. I'm definitely gonna be able to afford to repair it. I just don't know if it'll be worth repairing for much longer is the question. You can probably get at least another year out of it, I reckon. Just I don't know. We'll have to see. We will have to see. This is one more thing on my mind when I didn't need any more there already. Still have all these reviews I gotta do, and it's super annoying. I've decided maybe I'm better off doing those earlier in the day rather than later. Part of the reason these haven't gotten done is because I keep trying to save them for whenever I've got, like, a moment to breathe, basically. But by the time I get there, I'm usually, like, so exhausted and burnt out that it just doesn't happen. So I'm like, maybe, just maybe, if I do the review first, and then worry about the other stuff later, it won't be so... I'll like still be able to get them done and make some forward progress. Seems likely. I'll just have to give it a try. Because man, am I tired of being behind on those. Very, very tired. Like, goodness. Whenever I've got reviews to do, I'll put the video thumbnails that I made for them along the side of my monitor. And they have now gotten so long that they're crawling across the bottom as well. So, yeah, that's super annoying. either like, I think the next review is going to be, well, I have a comic review I need to do first, but after that one, the next game review is going to be of that single stage we did for SMBX. It was called, it was Alternate Dimension Backwards was the title, and Nevid et Conretla, I think is how that went. And then after that, there's like Night Rain. How long has it been since we played Night Rain? Good grief, at least a couple months. I'm so tired of being behind on literally everything. Yeah, that's the other thing about the card collecting that's been getting to me. It takes me like a non-zero amount of time to get these cards all in order and dealt with. And since I've been buying so frequently and getting orders so frequently, a lot of my evenings have just been getting eaten up by card game stuff. I enjoy it, but it's inhibitive to other things getting done. Which is the other reason why I should just drop it. For my own good. Oh well. So what else is happening? Well, let's see. What else is on my mind? Gosh. Mostly a lot of political stuff, because, like, things have gotten a bit nuts. Controller, continue working, please. Stop turning yourself off. Go, buddy. Whew. But I don't want to talk about political stuff on my channel. It's kind of a pain. This is one area of my life I would prefer to remain apolitical in. So we're not gonna do that. I think I'll just leave it at it's on my mind. Still gradually making progress on PH1. The sheer tedium of working in the database has really gotten to me as of late. But that could just be related to other stress factors in my life. It's not always this unpalatable to me. And for a little bit there, the eBaying was cutting into my sleep schedule because, like, I would get ready for bed and I would lay down and take my phone out, and then I would go browsing through the auctions to look for things I would like to bid on the next day. But that takes a non-zero amount of time. It's just like everything else about that process. So, not only is it giving me worse sleep, because you really aren't supposed to use your phone before bed. It actually, like, there's something about the blue light entering your eyeballs that makes it harder for you to fall asleep. So I was getting less and worse sleep with this approach. And it's like, no, just cut some slack, man. Just stop it. You can put an end to this. But yeah, working on PH1 has just been kind of a pain. Not super into it. I'm not that far from finished with the database, though. Like, I'm up to the Area 5 Classic Mode groups, which basically, like, for the uninitiated Pokemon Hunter, the game is divided into 8 areas, and there are 2 sides to the game. There's the main side, and there's the Classic Mode side, where, like, all the sprites are retro, and it's going, like, the new version is going to have the updated maps in the regular portion, and then the old version is of those maps and stuff in the Classic Mode version. So, being in Area 5 of Classic Mode basically means 3/4 of the work is done. And it's even really higher than that, because since Classic Mode is just largely a mirror of the original game, I can just copy the battles from the regular mode into Classic Mode and make some minor tweaks and adjustments to get them where they need to be. Because, like, it's not one-to-one. Some battles are unique to Classic Mode and vice versa. But, for the most part, you can copy things over here and there. There's just so much to it. It's so tiresome. Looking forward to that project being finished. Falling behind on all my hobbies has really been bothering me too. I don't mind so much falling behind on things that don't really matter, like Pokemon battling online and playing Smash Bros. And Phantasy Star Online and that stuff. Stuff I've done before. It's okay if I fall behind on those things. Those things are only important to me. Doesn't mean they're unimportant, I guess. If I care about it, that's kind of all that matters for whether I do it or not. But it's okay if those things slip, and they're kind of fun to catch up on too, because if I fall behind on those things, I can just kind of binge them a little to get them back to where they need to be someday. But it's been like everything that's slipping behind, and not just that. I've been keeping up with YouTube stuff because I have this schedule and I like to maintain it. That's about it. Everything else is falling by the wayside, and that annoys me greatly. I do have my creative hobbies, at least kind of in similar progress with each other. Like, I'm equally behind on game design as I am on artwork, so I can alternate between the two. I don't have to worry about focusing one down or the other, which helps more than you might think. Because I kind of get tired of one if I spend too much time on it. It's good that I have two major categories like that. So when I get tired of one, I can do the other, and then don't have to really worry about it too much. I usually get further ahead on game design than I do on artwork, for whatever reason. Some days I just can't hack the artwork. Oh, and hey, it isn't just PH1 I've been working on lately. My last couple game design sessions actually went into Tastes Like Spelunky, because after my last recording session I encountered a little error that I needed to investigate. And I'll talk about what exactly that was more in that series, but I ended up making a little update to the game. It's not online or anything, partly because RPGmaker.net is still down for the count. Like, it used to be functional sometimes, and now it's just been crash page every time I try to load it. Nobody can get the things that are hosted in my locker, like my Aiden nods and my DDLC stuff. And it's like, God, I miss that website. Like, yeah, it might be annoying for the people who want to download my things that can't, but nobody misses it more than me, trust me. Because I use that site, like, every day for file hosting and stuff. I don't even know what the status of the whole thing is. They don't exactly announce much on the Discord. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I didn't post the update to Taste Like Spelunky yet, but one has been made, and I'll get to show off the new stuff I added in the next recording session. Not that I added very much, it's more like I located and fixed the error that we encountered, and I added one extra thing because I thought it might be neat. And I was right, or at least I feel like I was right. Whether other people agree remains to be seen. Let's see, where am I on the artwork front? I'm working on the thumbnail for Super Fortnite Rose 2 Electric Flossaroo. I've almost got it done. In fact, the only thing I still need to do is add, like, lettering to it. Gotta add a title and the speech bubble in and the date and all that. I would have gotten it done the other day, but I couldn't think of a title, and, like, it was time for me to leave for work. Because I do my artwork before work, usually. And I can't really just stay longer to do something like that. I mean, I can. It's no big deal if I'm a little bit late to work, but I prefer to be on time when I can. When I'm late to one thing, it kind of just delays everything else. I can't remember how many more thumbnails I still need to make exactly. Probably a bunch more for DDLC. I think, yeah, those Team Trader mods, we still have a bunch of those to make thumbnails for. I want to say at least 3. It's like Happy Birthday Akane, and Get Out, and Night Nurse. Oh yeah, and Carpe Diem, that's 4. Didn't make one for Carpe Diem yet. Although I don't always announce them, you can see the thumbnails I've made, because I apply them to the videos as soon as they're ready. So even though I haven't written the reviews or posted them anywhere officially, you can still see thumbnails on like the playlists and the videos to which they are applied. The other reason it sticks to be behind on art, because I know I would have all these thumbnails done if I was where I should be. I just do. One thing I decided to start doing to help speed up the process is to stop drawing my own speech bubbles, because I don't know what it is about my art style, because like I read a lot of a lot of web comics on the side because I critique those too, and I've seen people with like sloppy speech bubbles, and it's not like anyone complains about them or anything, but I just like my things to look a certain way, and when I get that precise with my own speech bubbles, it takes a really long time, a very, very long time to get them just righty. I was like, you know what, maybe, just maybe, I can get away with using the shape tool in Photoshop to create an oval, and then that becomes the speech bubble. And Photoshop even already has some speech bubbles like built in, like a variety of different shapes and tails, and like the one I ended up using was a thought balloon, but it was like a strictly oval thought balloon instead of like a thought cloud. And I was like, okay, I can use that for the oval part, delete the tail, and add my own tail. And that's what I did for the Fortnite Bros pick. It's the first time I've ever really done that. But it looks just fine. It's not like I don't use the shape tool for other things in the first place. Like, I used to do my own straight lines and other shapes, too. And I was like, you know what, this is digital media. There's no real reason not to use shapes for things instead of drawing them by hand all the time. Anywhere I can save myself some trouble, I don't see a reason not to, exactly. I used to kind of pride myself on having drawn everything myself, but my art has never exactly been that high level. And there's so little enthusiasm around it anyway, it's like my mother. Just save yourself the trouble, man. I feel like it's especially relevant for, like, man-made things, too, because there are some things I will just simply never copy-paste. Some things look better if they are drawn every time, so that they're similar but not exactly the same. But when it comes to like man-made objects or rooms where things actually do have, like, straight lines or geometric shapes. Just use the shape tool, man. Spare yourself, seriously. So I'm hoping that will help make things faster in the future. We'll just have to see how it goes. I don't know that Photoshop's speech bubbles can necessarily meet all of my needs, because some of my speech bubbles, well, they're not perfectly oval. An oval won't quite cut it. Like, anytime the text is more than 3 rows, I want to say, you're not really going to have much luck fitting them all inside of an actual oval. But, you know, that's the nice thing about shapes. You can change them and distort them and move them around. And I can see what works best with the format I have. You know, I could probably just train an AI to draw the way I do. It has more than enough examples to work with. That would be so... that would just feel wrong to me, though. I would not want to do that. Like, what's the point of making it if you have no real hand in it at all? Moving right along in Pokemon Violet. I recently finished the Teal the Mask DLC. I got my Ogerpon, and it's all ready to go. I'm trying to catch Monkey Dory, because it is the one of the 3 that I chose for that particular playthrough. But, like, what's the deal there? Oh, right. It beat the tar out of me last time I tried to get it. Once again, it's exactly the wrong Pokemon for the team I happen to be using. Only a couple of my Pokemon are actually resistant to Psychic. And the rest don't hold up too well. Especially against a Pokemon that knows Nasty Plot and can just spam it at will. So yeah, the first battle I did, it actually wiped my team because it just did not work out for me. And the second battle, where I brought something that could stomach more damage from it, I brought a Tinkaton basically, so it was immune to poison and resistant to Psychic. But when I hit it to lower its health, I got crit and it died. And I was like, oh, good job, Tinkaton. And then Monkey Dory ran off and I was like, oh, I don't know when I last saved. Is Monkey Dory actually gone if you kill it? And I looked up online, and no, it's not. If you kill any of those guys, they just disappear for a while, and when you restart, like, do a hard reset of the Switch, it will be back after an hour has transpired. So, I was like, alright, I'll just get it next time. Hopefully. Then I get to move on to, like, the second DLC. I don't even know what that one is called. Oh, right, the Indigo Disc. That's what it was. Yeah, I get to move on to that. Should be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to the end of this month. Every year, twice a year, I initiate a process I call Arachnageddon, where I just take a vacuum and I suck up all the spiders in my apartment. I kind of let them have free reign for most of the year because they control other pests to a surprising degree. But they gotta get cleaned out eventually too, and I try to do it early in the spring to take out, like, the initial wave of spiders. And then I do it near enough to the start of winter that they don't replace themselves. So, yeah. I would normally do that on my second day off in October, but since all my days off for this month are getting eaten up by next week's vacation, I get to do it basically on my first day off in November, which is going to be very early in November, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Arachnageddon because there is just a lot of spiders. It seems like there are even more this year than in previous years. They're everywhere, man. It's ridiculous. There's this one that is near my front door that has just been outrageously successful. He has like all these cocoons in his nest, and on the floor beneath there are all these ones these cut loose and just left the corpses there. It's like, good grief. Good job, man. You really kept all those bugs out. At the same time, they're icky and crawly and gross, and I like it. They're lucky I put up with them at all, really. I could keep my vacuum cleaner out like I was earlier this year when I was dealing with flying ants. Just turn it on and vacuum them up as soon as I notice their existence. I could do that, but no. I just let them have their way. Friend of the spiders. I do more favors for spiders than I do for most humans. And other insects in general. Another creepy crawly that I don't appreciate having around my home is the house centipede. But I recognize they are also pest controllers, and unlike spiders, they don't hang around very much. They're scavengers. They tend to leave or move on. I can't remember the last time I saw a centipede for more than one day in a row. But anyway, the other day I was like sitting in my room recording or whatever I was doing. I might have been watching YouTube. I can't remember exactly, but I heard a little noise in the garbage can to my left. And I kept hearing a noise, and I was like, what is that? Is there something in my garbage can? And I looked over, and yeah, there was a house centipede in there. It had fallen inside and could not get out because the sides were too slick. And I was like, centipede. I could just leave you down there to starve and die, because that's what would certainly happen. I don't really use this garbage can enough that they would be able to, like, eat or pick at the leftovers of my wrappers to survive. In fact, in that garbage can, previously, a large spider had fallen in, and I saw it made its own little web down there. But later on I checked in, I saw it was just all shriveled up and died. I don't think anything else had wandered in for it to feast upon. But basically, I knew what the fate of this centipede was going to be if I left it in its circumstance, and I was like, you know what? Fine, buddy. I just tipped over the garbage can and let him escape on his own terms. And I haven't seen him since. But yeah, I didn't have to do that. I could have let nature take its course. I could have said, you know, you fell in there and it's not my problem, you did. I know, I freed the centipede. Maybe it took some bugs out for me on its way. I enabled a murderer is what I'm trying to say. But whatever. Bugs. Looking forward to Arachnageddon. Vacuuming up all the things and just kind of cleaning the apartment a little in general. I don't just suck up the spiders, I clean all the carpets. I say all like there's a whole bunch. There really isn't that many. I want to say my apartment's 650 square feet. I can't remember exactly. It's not very big, but not very small either. It's not cramped by any stretch. Then again, I'm the only one who lives here. Might be more cramped if I had a roommate or something. Did that guy take a critical bleed, or am I just stupid? I might be stupid. I don't see how a critical bleed would even be a thing. I wonder if we'll ever reach the point where we can kill these guys in one hit. Kinda hope not, because I feel like that would take a long time. We might get there, though. Good grief, these warlords, they don't mess around. I was just thinking about how exactly we're gonna handle these guys, because I was really hoping I would be able to hit dice more than that. And I'm trying to suss out what exactly triggers the Warlord combo. And I think, I don't know, but I think it might be consistent damage being dealt to them. Because, like, whenever we hit him, we definitely made him bleed. And I had to take a few defensive actions in the meantime. Now, whether he bled so much that he crossed their damage threshold that they would start doing the combo or not, I can't really say. I wasn't exactly paying attention to how much bleed damage he was taking. But we do know that they take bleed damage every turn. So if the Warlord combo is based on are they taking damage consistently, that would do it. Just one instance of bleed. Which would mean the ideal circumstance would be we would want to hit them, then take, or then not attack, then hit, then not attack, again and again and again. And we would only want to initiate bleed on the turn that we know the Warlord combo would be next. I just don't know. I don't know. I wish there was more information about this battle online. It really seems like no one cares enough to document it. And I'm not exactly sure how one would in the first place. I don't know how they got some of the data they already have. Never been into data mining, don't really get it myself. But we'll figure it out, one way or another. I'm still pretty convinced that as long as we can survive a Warlord combo and make sure Dice dies, we can handle the rest no problem. I do kind of wish I'd held on to the rest of my joy for this instead of selling it. You only get to see the rest of the content in Joyful if you do a Joyless run, which is the whole reason I sold it in the first place. But having all those extra full heals would be nice for what we're trying to do here. We'll just have to hope that 92 domestic jerkies are enough to get it done. It's not an insubstantial amount of healing. Especially when our health bar will be longer. One idea I had that I didn't feel was even likely enough to entertain was that perhaps you could go initiate easy mode and get the easy mode weapon and experience, then truck out of there. But there's like absolutely no way that would work. Like, there are already other places in the game where they're like, no, the truck doesn't work here, and I'm certain that would also be one. You might not even be able to pause the game anymore at that point. So how would you even use or access the truck keys? Not really sure. I just figured it was so unlikely it's not going to work. And even if I wanted to try it, I don't have 100 mags anymore. And there's no way to get more mags because we killed all the shopkeepers. Funny to think about, though. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't that be great? Just defeat all the warlords with the wet noodle because it spikes your attack power so high. Probably take them out in 2 hits each. is a weird song. Guess I could use some of this weaker jerky to heal myself outside of combat, so I don't have to worry about it there. These shadowy figures take their toll after a while. A sure sign that my mental state is declining. I can't hit the things anymore. I do want to try something with these guys real quick. I want to see if Buddy's Joker strikes and such will cause bleeds. If not, we might be able to just use those instead. Of course, you need to hit the guy to find out. But yeah, I don't think this has a status effect chance. And if it doesn't, that means we could use that as an effective way of hurting Dyson Home. Yeah, the damage would be inconsistent, but it would stop him from getting a dot, and that would also stop him from taking damage every turn, which might slow the onset of the Warlord combo, if you get what I mean. Because, like, every time we've tried it so far, we've done it with dots, something that caused someone to be taking continuous damage. We don't really, and we know, like, they don't go haywire if you don't attack. That's how you're supposed to do it in the first place. Oh. Alright, we were casting a thing. Try it. Joker strike. The misses are so aggravating. What is the accuracy of this move anyway? Why is it so atrocious? I mean, it's atrocious because it hits a lot of times and each hit is actually pretty meaty, but half the strikes tend to miss. It's pretty bad. Snap out of it, buddy. I almost wish it was like Pokemon, where it's like, well, it hits until it misses and then it just stops. Or like, it calculated how many hits there would be in advance, basically. Because if it really just... It's like, each hit depends on the accuracy of the first hit. You would never get more than 2 in there and it would be terrible. It's just a bummer watching all the misses rack up. So just jump in the hits and leave it at that. Hit 2 times. Whatever. Let's see if this misses every time because of blindness. It might, well, miss entirely if you're completely blind. It would be the only way blindness can really affect Buddy, because you can guarantee her other attacks strike. You're really just gonna walk all the way there? Blind again. But one status that is completely incompatible with what I'm trying to test. Look at this guy. Oh my god, dude. I don't know what I picked. Apparently, I chose to do nothing. I should seriously just map it such that when I press the D-pad, it holds sprint for me. I just don't know if it would work. I feel like I would have tried that already. And I didn't do it because it didn't work. Oh my god, dude. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. There we go. Overkill at that point, probably. I mean, technically. Most of the time in RPGs you overkill things, even just by a few points. Like, I can't imagine it's too common that you finish something with exact damage in most RPGs. Oop. Don't know what I was thinking. I was like, did I already make it? I wasn't exactly looking at the screen. Yeah, I'm confident enough in thinking that the Joker strikes do not cause bleed that I don't feel the need to continue trying them against this guy. Oh, I chose to do nothing. It's fine. Let me just try this. Based on the damage you take or how low your health is. Seems like it's how low your health is. Ah, Christ. That animation is hard for me to read when I'm used to the other one. I'm gonna need to pause in just a little bit. There's another auction coming up during the stream I need to try for. It's got another like 13 minutes I want to say before I would need to be there for it. I don't know what my chances of getting it are, but by my estimation, not too terrible. The auction itself was not super well described, so I think most people who saw it didn't realize what value they were offering there. It was like, there was a blister pack that featured the legendary birds from Gen 8, and it comes with a single pack of Silver Tempest and Astral Radiance. But the thing is, they're actually selling 11 of these things, which means there are 22 packs involved. But like, the initial picture on the thing only shows one, and the title doesn't mention how many packs are present until like the very last thing on the line. So the two biggest things that would grab people's attention are just straight up not there. I'm gonna see if I can get it. I probably can. Because like, I already have a lot of Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest, and the prices I would be aiming for would be very low. But it's non-zero chance. Non-zero. Sometimes you just gotta hope other people aren't paying attention to you. That's how you get them. I guess it should be obvious from how things are running smoothly, but I did update Troubadour before the stream today. It is exactly where it should be now. All the songs are correct. I even fixed the song from last week that was giving me trouble. I had Team Skull's theme, and the version I had didn't loop properly for whatever reason. I was able to get to the bottom of that today, and now it loops perfectly. Nothing makes me happier than a perfectly looped track. Where you're just listening to the song, and the loop is so seamless you can't even tell it's there. That's the kind of loop I like. There are some songs that don't have loops where I add them, and I can tell where the loop is because I know what to listen for. But I think only people who are either familiar enough with the song already would tell, or who are detail-oriented, perhaps they might pick up on it. But otherwise, I think my loops would generally have people fooled. Because like all of the songs that we have on the battle playlist here, they are set up to be exactly as long as one loop. And like I just tell Renpai what part of the song to loop to whenever it hits the end. So with very few exceptions, the songs are exactly as long as they need to be. So even though they loop 3 times, it's because I set it up to loop them, instead of because it's just playing the file to its termination point. Oh, you gotta hit me! Thank you. This is an example of a song where I had to fix the loop, because even the one in Deltarune is broken. Damn you, Toby! I know you know better than this. I've scolded him before, and I will continue to scold him until he loops his songs properly. Not that Toby will ever hear this, like, good grief. Well, the odds of that, you have to be a fan of Deltarune, who happened to check in on me saying that, and had been in touch with Toby, and brought it to his attention. It's like the only way that would ever happen. Wait, did you hear how clean this loop is, man? Oh, it's so nice. It's kind of a long song, though, so it's way in there. That was it. That was the loop. Did you notice? I noticed. Only because I knew it was coming. Doesn't miss a beat. wonder if we'll be able to kill Sweetheart after all this. I heard there was a way, regardless, like, even under normal circumstances, to beat Sweetheart, but having extra power would certainly make it doable, I think. I'm just not sure how you would get that much damage on her before Buzzo intervenes. Probably with dots. Like, you can apply bleed and poison pretty easily. Probably. It may help if you go in with enough TP. Oh my god. So bad. No. Shadowy figure, leave me alone. Stealing degrees of success. Just go down, guy. Ugh, I really missed the big hits too hard. You need the good ones or it's just not gonna get done. Not very quickly. Whoop, there goes my phone alarm, warning me to check the auction. I should probably do that. I've got 3 minutes though. Let's see if I can take this guy out real quick. We'll see how it is. I memorized what my max bid would be so I don't have to like calculate it later. My max bid, based on their shipping and contents, is $17.85. Buddy, kill the thing. Kill it. Larg. Here's a song I'm not super fond of from Yoshi's Woolly World. It's like a song I like, but begrudgingly. Alright, hold on. I gotta pull up this auction. Be like, what's up with this? eBay. My eBay summary. How we doing? Oh, that auction is dead. It climbs to $46. Yeah, nope. Not bidding on that one. That's probably closer to its actual value, though. I hope whoever wins it is happy. They're crapping on my dreams. Alright, back to work. I was really hoping nobody would notice. That's the problem with eBay. People notice things too easily. How am I supposed to put one over on these sellers with all these people who are willing to pay more money than me? Terrible. That initial flash on that messes me up. How are you still alive, guy? Get out of here. Controller work. Out again. I saw it. It's really discouraging. I'm sad. I've been on so many adventures with this controller, now it seems like I must replace it. Not a big deal, too. It's kind of a souvenir from my grandfather's house. Because after he died, he had a bunch of stuff that he had not, like, committed to any one person. And people were allowed to go through and collect what they saw fit, so I grabbed a bunch of his fridge magnets because I remembered enjoying playing with them as a child. And I saw this controller in his studio, and I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll put this to use. Just like my grandpa, it's dying. It's not a good thing to say. He's a good guy. Surprisingly tech-savvy for his age. He really kept up with stuff. Close. She might level up after this next one. And then we can try the Warlords again. Kinda wanna see how this goes with like Joker strikes on dice. I don't think we'll be able to survive the Warlord combo, but I'll be curious to see when exactly they start to do it. Oh, there we go. Couch is falling apart. I've got this spread I keep on my couch that it covers the whole thing. Well, not the entire thing, and it's down there loose. So if like I squirm around too much, it's going to like fall off. But I like it. Not only is it a little bit decorative, but it also keeps crumbs out of the couch, so I never have to worry about, like, criminy, eating something and having all the food get down the cracks. Let's go rest. Rest. We'll fight the Warlords. See how Buddy does. And probably continue training. Red Spider. I think I'll just rest again, thanks. Red Spidered again. No. Stop badly poisoning me, Spode. Guess I might have some cigarettes I could use for that. Regular poison. I'm not sure that'll even affect us by the time we get back to the list. Okay, I'll save poisons, I don't even care. See, it didn't even impact our health. Fine. I wonder if deep poison is the only one that affects you outside of combat. Because it seems like some poison does and other poisons don't. I really don't understand it. Alright, Warlords. Let's see what we can't do this time. Will we be silenced? No, I will be silenced by you jerks. Okay. So let's try this. Don't forget to hit him sometimes. Woof! The poison took me down. Alright, no Warlord combo. Yeah, you do that, guy. Ugh. Take a break, guys. Good grief. What? Hey! Oh, he was still unruly. Okay. Oh, I'm dead. Yup. Dang it. Test inconclusive. I didn't realize so many of them were still all angry. Man, that status lasts a long time. Or maybe it only feels like it does. I would save with a closer save point, but I have no intention of really finishing it this time. I just want to see. Needed a second win. I thought enough of them would be incapacitated that it wouldn't matter, but I was wrong. Why are they so strong? Grief. It's almost like there's 9 of them or something. don't go too hard on me. Now this is one song where I actually really couldn't fix the loop with how it was set up. I tried to set it so that it would maintain its flow as best it could, but like, the parts of the song I would need to make that loop work just aren't there, sadly. It's kind of an issue with what's already in the track itself. Jeez, guys! I'm not just going to sit there and take it, but I need you to slow down, too. Good, I'm not poisoned. Alright. Okay, good. I can go ahead and pacify them again. Take a break. While I second wind. Now we'll stab this guy again. When we go for this for real, it's gonna be such a long fight. But lucky, they have not initiated the Warlord combo yet. I wonder if it wouldn't be worthwhile to... Okay. I've got a second wind right now. Let's just go for it. We're not consistent. We're not damaging them consistently, and that seems to be working. How are we looking? Sleeping, sleeping. Well, you don't really matter. So that's one guy asleep, two. Alright, I'll try the sleep bomb again. Go to sleep! Wow, they are not tired. Oh, there they go. There's the Warlord combo. They have initiated it. So I had damage dice, what, 3 times before he did that? Controller work. Oh, goodness. I wonder if Sleep Bomb counts as an offensive action. I don't see why it would, but it very well could. The Power Bomb finishes us. Huh, man. A couple of those attacks missed, too. We're gonna need so many levels to get this done. It's gonna be a long stream series. I don't know. We've only got 9 more minutes to grind on these guys, but we'll take it. But yeah, it seems like if we can make sure that every turn we use as an offensive action is hurting dice with Joker strikes, that might be the way to go. Because then we can do plenty of damage to him on our few attack opportunities, and then we can hopefully ride out the rest with power bombs. Or not power bombs, fire bombs. Buddy, run! Sprint! Thank you. I guess we could do one little test to see. I kind of want to try just spamming Sleep Bomb at them and see if they start doing the Warlord combo. Because I don't see why exactly that would count as an offensive action, but if it does, then we know not to try it in the future. Because you would think that it would be a really good defensive option, especially for surviving the battle. But if they count that as offense, then we'll have to see. I'm basically just gonna Wolf Stance to get enough TP, and then just use it 5 turns in a row, or however many. Yeah, understanding what causes them to do that is kind of paramount to getting this done. Because we need to make sure, whatever circumstances we have to work with, or that we're making the most of them. And if we can rule out certain options, we can pare down what we need to do. Down our best course of action. These guys. Off to a great start, folks. That's more than enough. So 1. Two. You guys like slow down? I need to get the second window. just in case they whack me. That does too much damage. 3. No, they still haven't started attacking. 7. I'll just sleep. No, don't silence bomb me. How am I supposed to figure out if sleep bombs do it? I feel like they would have done it by now if that was the thing. Meh. Let's do that again. It's not gonna work on all of them. Works on one guy. Still silenced. Good grief, it's so annoying. There, the silence wore off. And he put it right back on. Dice! Stop! Anyway, it sure seems like Sleep Bomb is having no effect on this whatsoever. Do that again. Sheesh, guys. I'm still freaking silenced. Grr! Just wanted to spam sleep bombs, and then they were like, nah. Sheesh. Don't do it, Dice. Don't you silence me again. Also, we're out of time for today. Crap. Yep, it sure seems like... oh yeah, there's our escape option. Please start escape. Yeah. well, yeah, we'll just have to keep trying next time. That's going to do it for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you next time with more Lisa the Joyful training montage. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.